Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We have some news for you today. We've got This Week in Star Citizen schedule, so all that's happening this week in the wonderful world of Star Citizen. Some new info and leaks on the Scorpius Antares that we've been talking about recently, which may cause a little bit of drama, and a new 3.18 PTU patch as they sort of plod towards open PTU. This Week in Star Citizen, love is in the air as the verse celebrated Quarter More over the weekend, but the celebration for you continues this week. There's still time to submit your entry into the 2953 Quarter More screenshot contest, so make sure you get your shots in by the 15th for a chance to win. Head over to the Valentine's Day landing page for details on the contest and more. We want to thank the Wave 1 and 2 testers for all their hard work and helping us get 3.18 out to more players. Despite the challenges we faced in not being able to fully open up to all waves on Friday, the overwhelming volume of reports and player data received over the weekend has significantly helped us pinpoint and address the obstacles preventing a broader release. Our immediate priority remains to resolve the transit issues before opening up to all backers. Please stay tuned on Spectrum for further updates as we inch closer to the launch of Alpha 3.18. Now let's see what's going on this week. Later Tuesday, the narrative team will publish the portfolio for Clark Defense Systems, originally focused on environmental armor. The first Tavaran War forever changed the fate of Clark Defense Systems. Thursday, we have Inside Star Citizen with a discussion with the members of the team working on server meshing with their recent summit in the UK. On Friday, we've got Star Citizen Live, and that's going to be at 4 PM UTC on Friday. Guests are going to be confirmed soon. Hopefully, it will be a Scorpius Antares, or we've released 3.18 to open PTU special episode or something. So, talking about that, there are some more leaks around the Scorpius Antares, the new EMP QED hybrid variant that's going to be released with Alpha 3.18. So I saw on Star Citizen Leaks that they had posted a description of the components that the Scorpius Antares looks to have. So they've got a RSI Tidelock QED, a size 3 quantum enforcement device. The Tidelock quantum enforcement device was internally designed by Robert Space Industries specifically for the Scorpius Antares. The carefully crafted design contains both a quantum snare for pulling crafts out of quantum travel and a quantum dampener for preventing quantum drive activation. It also has an RSI Magstrand size 4 EMP burst generator. The Magstrand from RSI is an EMP burst generator designed specifically for the Scorpius Antares. When fully charged, the device creates a powerful wave of distortion damage that can disable electronic components within its blast radius. Now, the leak has added somewhat to the drama around the Antares being a bit more of a power creep ship. It is, to me anyway, it looks just more powerful than the Mantis. It is a single-seater because it looks like it's going to lose the second seat and the remote turret in favour of the EMP and QED device, but that's not 100% confirmed. Maybe it does have two seats. I don't know for sure, but that's what it looks like. It's just a really powerful heavy fighter with a load of utility now, and it's single-seater, which I'd say is improving its utility as a ship, just because it's then got the ability to use that EMP and QED when it needs it. From reading some of the media leaks on it the other day, it was suggesting that maybe it was just going to be a jammer and dampener rather than a snare, so I didn't think it was going to be able to potentially snare and pull ships out of quantum as well. But if it's a reasonably good heavy fighter, if it's got all this utility, is it just a case that Cloud Imperium are going, you know what, this sort of thing sells, let's just put a cool ship out, and they haven't looked at what this will do to ships like the RSI Mantis? Or maybe it's all part of the plan. Maybe there is balance going on here. Maybe there's a lot of stuff that we are unaware of. It's just, one of the other things is that the Scorpius obviously isn't a focused EMP and QED ship. That is a variant, so really it shouldn't be as good as a dedicated ship, though the Mantis, maybe it just suits other needs for the system. It is mostly speculation until the ship actually is revealed properly by Cloud Imperium in the form of a sale, and with 3.18 assumedly. It's possible they'll sell it just before 3.18 goes live. Anyway, talking about Star Citizen Alpha 3.18, so PTU, we've had a new PTU patch. We're still on Wave 2. We're plodding towards the open PTU, hopefully this week. I've said that since December, but you know, it's only the middle of February now. The patch added a few new features. They set up asynchronous spawn wait timers to make sure players loading into the PTU waits for locations to be fully loaded on the client before entering. This stops a load of issues from turning up in the game. There have been many updates to transit and elevator timings, and fixes have gone into that build as well. Cloud Imperium are very much wanting players' feedback on this patch to see if they've sort of solved those issues and that trams and elevators aren't hitting each other. There was a load of other fixes too. Loot boxes spawning inside one another, emotes not working via chat or person in the thought system. Player HUDs appeared to be smaller and didn't fit the screens properly. Race time trials, there were incorrect checkpoints that would appear. They fixed the 600i Sterling paint, and they also fixed 2 client and 3 server crashes. The list of known issues is still big for the patch. They fixed a load of bugs, but they keep on adding more bugs at the same time. Now, the most egregious bugs that are still around, I'll quickly highlight. You can't buy medical supplies on some kiosks. The vehicle manager app is blurred, whilst Klim is missing. The Hercules C2 and generally high-capacity cargo ships cause crashes at Area 18 or super low frame rates around the verse. Flying close to other ships can have you hitting invisible objects. Issues with selling cargo are present, as are issues with spawning ships in some areas. Ships spawned at docking collars lack collision sometimes. Hopefully, the elevator and tram issues are fixed, but if they are not, or some of them remain, they are the worst! Accessibility problems are the worst. Cloud Imperium is going to have to address some of those major issues before going to Open PTU, or at least before going to live. And each day is a Open PTU candidate sort of build opportunity. It's going to be whether or not they can iron out some of those most problematic of bugs. Something else we might see in an upcoming PTU patch is the Scorpius Antares. They'll probably want to test and balance it somewhat before it going into the live build. I am really interested in knowing what you think about the Scorpius Antares. Do you just not care? Is it sort of like, it'll get balanced and sorted out eventually anyway, it's irrelevant? Do you see the sort of short-term power creep of ships a bit annoying? Do you think, yeah, they release a ship like that, they hype it up, they sell it for a load more money than the original would be? So I think the original Scorpius is currently available from or was last available from $240. I think this one's going to be between $260 and $280. But do you think they then go, we're going to nerf it, and they nerf it after the sales to, generate more money? Or do you think that's a more cynical view, and when actually they're just balancing ships and changing bits around, and yes, that there are going to be some bits that are overpowered, which then get nerfed, in the least in the short term, and everything will be balanced eventually, because, we need physicalized components, we need the resource management system, we need a huge amount more core gameplay, and then other bits and bobs are going to get changed before they can actually balance things. So yeah, get it sorted in the short term. The long term will sort itself out. Are you hoping to see the Open PTU later this week, or do you think there are just too many bugs for Cloud Imperium to solve, and it might be something that we get later in the month? Are you expecting 3.18 live by the end of February, or again, is it just too buggy? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
That's the last chevron locked in, Mr. Daniel Jackson, who is legally distinct from any doctors of the same name. We've done it. We've connected to another world. Daniel Jackson, we're being hacked through the gates to the stars, which is also legally distinct from any other gates that travel to the stars. We should have got NordVPN, Daniel Jackson. We would have been able to browse the internet safely, accessed our favorite content on Netflix, and we would have been able to have privacy. We would have had less of these Egyptian-looking snake people attacking us too.
You should check out nordvpn.com/BoredGamer and get yourself a great deal on NordVPN. Just click the link in the comments section below. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For February, it's for a Crusader Spirit C1, the very cool looking multi-crew, multi-role competitor to the Cutlass Black and Freelancer. As it's a concept ship, you'll get a Cutlass Black until it's made flyable. You'll get lifetime insurance with the ship and a game package for Star Citizen 2, so all you need to play. Just comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. If you would like to further support the channel, then consider becoming a Patreon or using that join button under my YouTube videos to become a channel member. It goes a massive way to helping us make videos every day, and you'll get some exclusive content from me and Zinnia from time to time too. Become a BoredGamer today!